I was dumped by email in the war zone where my wife stole our cash, but my comeback shocked her completely. My name is Michael, 45 years old, a captain in the Marine Corps. I'd been in Iraq for 5 months when Sarah hit send. Subject line, time to move on. 3 lines inside, she filed for divorce, cleared our savings, and moved her guy Darren into our San Diego condo. I read it, shut the laptop, grabbed my gear, and headed out on patrol. No words to anyone. Back in barracks, I replied, acknowledged. That night, a bank alert hit another big withdrawal, $80,000 gone, leaving pennies. I checked the app. Our 50 grand savings vanished, wired away. Called the bank from baseline, learned she'd been shifting money since I left. Then I logged into home cams remotely, saw Darren's car in the drive, him using my stuff, Sarah smiling like nothing. Something snapped, cold and clear inside. I made a list. Contact Wesley, my old Marine buddy, now lawyer, review VA loan, check pension. This wasn't emotion anymore, it was execution. If this betrayal rings true, smash that like button, subscribe for more raw comeback tales, and comment your own shock reversals below. Let's build the community. Sarah and I met at a backyard cookout in 2008, just after my second tour. I was crashing with an old Marine pal in San Diego, and she was wrapping up her business degree, but switched to admin work at a property management office. Easier hours, she explained. We got hitched 10 months later. Sarah claimed she respected my commitment, even if her folks had no service history. Her dad owned a small auto shop, her brother worked in sales. She never fully grasped the deployments. We picked up our condo in 2013. Nothing flashy, but solid 2 bedrooms, balcony with partial ocean view. All on my VA loan. So my name's solo on the mortgage, though I put hers on the deed because sharing felt right in marriage. My parents went early. Dad to a car accident in 2016, Mom to complications from diabetes 3 years on. Their inheritance wasn't huge, but it wiped our loans and gave us a safety net. I deployed 5 times over our years, Afghanistan, once Iraq, 3 times, Syria, once. Every homecoming, Sarah grew a touch more withdrawn, fidgety, like the role didn't fit anymore. I didn't enlist to play waiting wife, she'd snap when I floated re-enlisting. I got it, but the Corps was my anchor. I led squads that relied on me, excelled in high-stakes ops. 8 months pre-deployment, shifts hit. Sarah quit asking about my shifts, began spin classes 5 times weekly, yet never slimmed down. Splurged on fresh wardrobe, mingled with crowds I hadn't met. Her phone gained a pin I didn't know. I spotted it all, but held back. No grilling, no shadowing, that's not my style. Quietly, I safeguarded essentials instead. Rented a storage locker downtown, tucked away vital files, birth certificate, marriage papers, condo title, military forms. Shifted my grandpa's ring and mom's china set there too, items with heart. Set up a private account at a separate credit union, routed a modest chunk of paychecks, nothing flashy, just a fallback if shadows turned real. Deployment eve, she dropped me at the terminal, hugged stiffly, and muttered, "Take care." Her gaze was blank, like bidding off a distant relative. Part of me sensed finality, but clung to doubt. Wrong call, she was done. What she missed was my readiness, and while I steer clear of sparking conflicts, I seal them shut. The email landed mid-shift. I scanned it twice, powered down, rinsed off in the shared showers, suited up for duty, zipped lips to the team. Eric, my rackmate, picked up the vibe. "You solid?" he asked, flipping through a magazine. "Fine," I said. "Stateside drama." He dropped it. "Marines read cues." Honestly, no bolt from blue. Pre-tour vibes soured. Sarah dodging my calls during her outings, chatting how her coworker Lisa split from her spouse and thrived, now hinting our paths diverged. I floated therapy, she brushed it off as a rut. Then overtime spikes, weekends vanishing with unknown's flashy threads, the classes she skipped. Should have pressed, but my wiring favors observation over outburst. Dad drilled, think first, act certain.
So I monitored and prepped, trusting instincts honed in the field.
Weeks post-email in the chow line, phone vibrated, bank notice, fresh drain, 85,000, almost the remainder. I paused mid-bite, opened the app, joint balance $28, savings $42,000, we'd stacked, gone, transferred elsewhere. Lopez from my unit eyed me, rough news. Nah, account glitch. That evening, base phone to bank confirmed Sarah's moves, small trickles escalating big after wheels up. Disconnected, I lingered in the corridor as troops bantered with loved ones, their worlds intact, mine crumbling. Eric tracked me down. Word is you zoned at mess, what's eating you? Rarely vent, but he'd yanked me from a jam in Basra I owed trust. Wife gutted the funds, installed her boyfriend in our place, served papers on patrol. No sympathy from him, just plan query. Piecing it, I admitted. Offer anything, he said. Insomnia hit, I fired up the laptop, tapped home security feed she'd overlooked. Cameras captured a foreign sedan in the spot, a stranger petting our fish tank, sipping from my thermos, lounging in my Padres cap. Sarah giggling in the living room. I'd wired myself on last R&R. Shifted, not fury, something precise, surgical. Closed it, dialed my notes, reach Wesley Corp vet turned attorney. Verify VA stipends, flag emergency leave, scan refinance chatter. She dropped casual last spring, secure retirement pots. Grief faded, fury too, replaced by tactical drive, like plotting an op. 0500 pre-duty, I mailed Wesley, subject critical counsel, private. Ping back hour later, ring secure only. Post-chat blueprint solidified, no outbursts, no warnings, just monitor, let her slips form the snare. Months ticked, I touched down stateside, silent, no heads up to Sarah, no messages, booked a motel in Mission Valley under alias, linked with Wesley at a diner 15 miles inland. You seem wrecked, he noted, booth slide. Matching inside, I replied. He slid a binder all "we covered title loans" statements, plus this, a refinance bid bearing my sig, but off-key flourish, mismatched date slant, wrong. Sarah pulled it, I stated, knowing. Affirmative, he said, extracted $320,000, listed boyfriend co-applicant. He's flagged priors, traffic violations, a mismanagement rap from 2020. Forge, take equity raid, accounts, divorce me, efficient lady. Deeper, Wesley added, boyfriend's truck, yours, right? Yeah. Towed yesterday, suspended license. Those tickets loaded with dubious forms from her office, not pristine. Authorities digging. Scale ballooned past anticipation, part urged alert Sarah, habitual pull. But replayed the feed, my domain, my routine, discarded worthless. Path locked, I pressed forward, no retreat desired. Met investigator Norman next morn, compact man, creased tie, desk cluttered. Deployed partners tempt, often, he noted, fanning papers. Funds halted on bogus refinance issue half dispersed, 16,000. Leaned in destination. He wavered protocol but twisted screen, my equity, my forge, my loss. Transfers to Preston Lowe unfamiliar, who's he? Beyond scope but lawyer subpoena. Phoned Wesley exiting Preston Lowe, flips properties rapid cash, ties to Darren 4 ventures last 18 months. So not mere splits, a orchestrated hit perhaps, Wesley cautioned. Dug Darren's trail, courts women in splits. Or with absent partners, 5 instances located homes, flipped cheap, Lowe's buyers Darren cuts then bolts. Sarah, aware tough call, victim or accomplice. Processed on a bench, this transcended personal betrayal, calculated ring, praying service homes. Options I pressed. Alerted FBI's white-collar unit, Wesley said, spans borders, hits military VA, they're hooked. That dusk motel brew in hand mulled if Sarah schemed from jump or ensnared by Darren if it altered anything. Buzz Sarah Michael Bank flags misconduct Darren held. Explain. Stared, then typed Preston Lowe who.
Typing, danced, halted, restarted, halted, finally irrelevant to you. Shut device, slept. FBI summoned, they'd shadowed Darren and Preston a while, your puzzle pieces, the mosaic. Agents Irene Bates and Vernon Cross taped my account, duplicated files. Bolster scheme Bates noted intent network elevates from lone acts. Sarah's involvement cross-hedged, gauging did she flag cash woes push sell. Recalled she harped condo strain, suggested smaller, I resisted payments fit my pay. When started 7 months back around Darren meet likely. Refinance never broached she faked while overseas. Probed deeper, noted more wrapped. Bates card stay touch meantime no face-offs with Sarah or Darren, case building demands care. Understood. Twilight cruised, neighborhood parked offset Darren's ride, returned Sarah's absent. Text Sarah, meet Balboa Park tomorrow, talk direct. Shared with Wesley, breakfast next, skip, he warned, zero gain now. Agreed but probe her day assuming meet. 9:30 staked condo, she exited, drove parkward. Waited, 25 minutes, Lowe's vehicle arrived, realty badge on side. Darren greeted, chatted, driveway, entered. Follow Wesley asked. Needless cams, inside out, cloud-backed. Didn't disclose that prior irrelevant then. Pulled app shared screen, Lowe and Darren toured lounge, Lowe snapping pics, Darren highlighting perks. Volume up, list soon, Lowe said, buyer lined cash standard. Price, Darren queried. 450 list, 500 offer, 450 win-win. Husband fuss, Sarah mentions trouble. Lowe shrugged, service types bark, but duties deployments they'll settle quiet. Wesley recorded every bit. Forwarded feed to Bates, tag ongoing now. Half-hour FBI swarmed agents cuffed Lowe and Darren hauled docs from condo. Phone rang. Bates, we got tape on misconduct plot, plus interstate dealings, false property push. Statement needed. Gladly and Sarah, she's on-site upset. Peered down block, Sarah, lawn, hands clasped, watching agents load boxes. Her fate, Bates said, hinges knowledge and your call. Watched her 13 years, started warm, faded to this. Want justice, I said, at last. Federal push accelerated Darren and Preston pled, implicating partners in multi-state ring hitting military clans. Sarah insisted ignorance, Darren convinced I hid assets, planned desert her, refinance his scheme, she followed blind. True or false? She settled repay, swiped funds, dropped condo pension claims, admit forgery. I decline charges. Divorce sealed, 7 months post, email no contest, clean sever. Day papers finalized, Bates rang, Darren sentenced today, 9 years misconduct, conspiracy, theft, Preston 11. Good to know, thanks. More we uncovered, 12 similar families, your link unlocked, recoveries possible. Porch of my temp rental sunset gazing, pondered those households men overseas, assuming security returned to voids. Never aimed dismantling the operation, just reclaim mine, yet outcome surprise. Sarah messaged never intended this end. No reply, nothing lingered. Year on sold condo ghosts too thick, invested in a modest ranch near Boise, Idaho, 3 bedrooms, 20 acres, pond, no close folks. Early Corps retirement, 20 years sufficed. Adopted a lab named Ranger, took woodworking gigs, locals, simple stuff, hands occupied, bills covered, pension filled gaps. Sarah, rumor relocated to her origin roots, clerking, another office, rebooting I suppose. No hate left, indifference, her picks, mine aligned. Evening mail from a lady in Norfolk, her Navy hubby away when Darren Preston targeted FBI, shared my role. Stranger, she penned, but you preserved our place. Gratitude for standing firm when folding tempted. Tacked it fridge for quiet days when echoes hit. Recalled good emerged from wreckage. Last word, Darren Preston, incarcerated. Justice clicked once. Me carving forward, one steady day, crafting unstealable, unbreakable, solely mine. The federal agents set up the meeting at their local office in San Diego 2 days after Wesley's update. Irene Bates and Vernon Cross greeted me with firm handshakes and led me to a conference room stacked with files. They started the recorder, and I laid out everything from the email in Iraq to the forged refinance and the camera feed of Darren and Preston discussing the quick sale. Bates nodded as she jotted notes. This ties into our ongoing probe on schemes targeting deployed service members. Cross added, "Your evidence shows coordination across states involving VA loans and property flips, which bumps it to conspiracy level." I handed over the duplicates Wesley had prepped, including bank statements and the app screenshots. They pressed for details on Sarah's role, asking if she'd ever complained about money or suggested selling the condo. I recalled her pushing the idea last year, saying we could cash in on the market and downsize, but I shut it down since the payments were manageable on my salary alone. Bates made a mark. When did those talks ramp up? Around 8 months ago, right when the changes started, like the classes and new friends. Cross leaned forward, and the refinance never came up in conversation. No, she handled it while I was out, forged my signature to pull the equity. They exchanged glances and rapped with more questions about timelines and any odd calls from home. Bates slid her card across, "We'll follow up, but avoid direct contact with your wife or Darren. We need the case airtight." I agreed and left feeling the weight shift from personal mess to something broader. That afternoon, I drove by the condo again, keeping distance. Darren's sedan was back, Sarah's car gone, probably at work. My phone lit up with a text from Sarah. "We have to meet face to face, Balboa Park tomorrow. This is getting out of hand." I forwarded it to Wesley, who advised over coffee the next morning, "Steer clear, nothing positive comes from engaging now." Fine, but let's see what she does today, thinking I'm showing. We positioned across the street at 9:45. Sarah emerged, got in her car, and headed park direction. We held position 20 minutes later. Preston Lowe's car pulled up with the Realty logo clear on the door. Darren stepped out, they shook hands, talked briefly in the driveway, then went inside. Wesley glanced over. "Tail them?" "No need. The security system covers interior and exterior with cloud upload." "You held that back," he said with a grin. "Didn't seem relevant until now," I replied, pulling up the app and tilting the screen so he could watch. Preston was photographing the living room while Darren pointed out the updates like the balcony view and the kitchen counters I'd installed myself. I cranked the audio. "Should have it listed by week's end," Preston said. "I have a cash buyer ready as always." "How much?" Darren asked. $480,000. We posted 530, they bid 480. Everyone walks happy. "What about the husband Sarah mentioned? He's stirring issues at the bank." Preston dismissed it with a wave. "These military types make threats, but they've got obligations and tours. They'll take a payout to quiet it." Wesley was already capturing the feed on his device, word for word. I sent access to Bates with a note, "Happening live." 35 minutes later, FBI vehicles surrounded the condo. Agents swarmed in and led Preston and Darren out in cuffs, while others boxed up documents from inside. My phone rang. "Bates. We have them on recording plotting the misconduct, including wire transfers and false pretenses on the property deal. We'll need your formal statement soon." "Of course, and about Sarah, she's just arrived, looking distressed." I looked down the block. Sarah stood on the grass, covering her mouth as agents carried out files past her. "That depends on her knowledge and what you decide," Bates replied. I watched her for a moment. 13 years of shared life, starting strong, but eroding to this calculated betrayal. "I want what's fair," I said finally, "no more, no less." The case gained momentum over the next weeks, with Bates updating that Darren and Preston were cooperating under pressure, implicating 2 more associates in a network spanning California, Arizona, and Nevada, all focused on military families with deployed spouses. They flipped homes below value, pocketed equity from fraudulent refinances, and moved on before alarms sounded.
My situation provided the pattern proof, especially the forged docs and the recorded conversation. Wesley handled the legal side, filing to contest the refinance and freeze any remaining funds, while the bank reversed what they could, recovering about half the stolen amount so far.
Sarah's calls and texts ramped up, first confused, then frantic. "Michael, the bank froze everything and Darren's arrested. What did you do?" I ignored them all, sticking to the agent's advice. One evening, she showed up at the motel I'd switched to, pounding on the door. "We need to talk. This is a misunderstanding." I stayed silent behind the peephole, watching her pace before leaving. Wesley warned she might try that, but hold firm. The evidence speaks.
Part of me wondered if she was truly in the dark or fully involved, but either way, her choices led here. Bates called mid-month with progress. We've interviewed Sarah. She claims Darren manipulated her, said you were stashing money overseas, planning to leave her broke, so the refinance was protection. She admitted signing, but swears no knowledge of the larger ring. Believable? Wesley asked when I relayed it. Hard to say, but the confession helps our side. The plea deals came fast, Darren. Took 8 years for conspiracy and identity misuse. Preston got 10, both detailing how they scouted wives like Sarah through social circles and work connections. Sarah wasn't charged in the federal, but agreed to full restitution of the remaining funds and forfeiture of any claim on the condo or my benefits in exchange for no civil suit from me. I signed off on it through Wesley, no direct contact. The divorce proceedings wrapped in parallel, no fault on paper, but the truth hung heavy. On the final court date, I sat across from her in the hallway. She looked worn, eyes pleading, "Michael, I never wanted it to blow up like this." I met her gaze for a second, then looked away. No words needed. The damage was done. The judge stamped it clean break, assets divided, with me keeping the condo and pension, her walking with what she'd taken minus repayments. Wesley clapped my shoulder outside. "That's it, you're free." Felt more like survival than victory, but the comeback had landed. Months blurred as I settled back into civilian rhythm, taking short contracts, training recruits to ease the transition. The condo felt hollow. Echoes of laughter turned sour, so I listed it, legitimately sold for fair market, and used the proceeds to buy a small house in Boise, Idaho. Quiet suburb, 2 bedrooms, garage, no frills, but mine alone. Adopted a rescue mutt named Buddy, started volunteering at a vet center, sharing stories to help others spot signs early. The pension kicked in steady, keeping life simple, no extravagance needed. Sarah faded from thought. Wesley heard she'd moved to Portland, restarting at a different firm, perhaps wiser or not. No resentment lingered, just lessons etched deep. One afternoon, a letter arrived from a woman in Virginia Beach, her Air Force husband overseas. When a similar scheme hit the FBI, connected dots through my case. "You don't know me," she wrote, "but your stand saved our equity and peace. Thank you for not backing down." I framed it on the wall, a reminder that one fight rippled outward. Darren and Preston served time. The system delivered for once. As for me, I built forward, one deliberate step at a time, forging something solid, untouchable, my own. From this ordeal, I learned trust must pair with vigilance. Don't blind yourself in relationships, especially with distance involved. It saved my future and exposed a ring hurting others. So check your accounts, listen to your gut, protect what's yours before it's gone. To everyone listening, take that warning. Run regular reviews on shared finances and docs. It could shield you from similar pain. Thanks for hearing my story. If it helped, hit subscribe, like, and comment your thoughts or experiences below. Let's support each other. The courtroom in downtown San Diego felt sterile under the fluorescent lights as Wesley and I waited for the final hearing. Sarah arrived with her lawyer, looking drawn, her eyes darting to me, but I kept focus on the folder in my lap. The judge reviewed the papers quickly, noting the no-fault agreement and the settlements tied to the federal case. Wesley had ensured all details were ironclad. The condo stayed in my name, the pension untouched, and Sarah's restitution plan locked in monthly payments until the full amount from the drained accounts and partial refinance was covered. Her lawyer argued briefly for leniency, citing her claims of being misled by Darren, but the judge waved it off. The federal pleas speak for themselves. This is civil closure. Sarah signed first, her hand steady but face pale. Then I added mine, no hesitation. Outside, Wesley shook my hand. "That's the end of it, Michael. You're officially single again." Felt like shedding dead weight more than loss. The comeback had played out methodically, exposing the rot. Bates called a week later with updates on the broader ring, 2 more arrests in Arizona based on Preston's testimony, and recoveries starting for 3 other families. "Your camera feed was key," she said. "It captured the intent in real time." I thanked her and hung up, staring at the condo walls now empty of her things. She'd collected them under supervision. No drama, just gone. The space echoed with memories, the good early days mixing with the bitter end. Decided to sell, listed it with a legit agent, no quick flips this time. Closed in 2 months for $490,000 fair value after the market dip. Used the cash to pay off lingering debts from the ordeal and banked the rest for stability. Scouted properties online favoring something remote away from the coast's bustle. Found a listing for a cabin in the hills outside Boise, Idaho, 3 bedrooms, 10 acres, with a small workshop and creek running through. Drove up to see it, the air crisp, no traffic hum, just wind in the pines. Put in an offer that day, closed fast with VA help, again, my name only this time. Moved in with minimal stuff, a truckload of essentials, and Buddy the lab mix I'd adopted from a local shelter. He bounded around the yard chasing squirrels while I set up the workshop tools from my old garage, plus new ones for custom pieces. Locals started calling for repairs, furniture builds, nothing big, but steady work, hands busy, mind clear. Pension deposited regular, covering basics, the gigs added cushion. Eric reached out from base a month in. "Heard through the grapevine you're out. How's civilian life?" "Settled," I said, quieter but solid. He laughed. "Wish I could join soon. Keep in touch." Wesley checked in too. "Any regrets on the settlement?" "None. It was fair. She pays back. I move on." Rumors via him, Sarah relocated to Seattle, taking a low-key job at a logistics firm. Perhaps learning from the mess or repeating patterns. Who knew? Didn't care. Her chapter closed, mine turning fresh pages. One crisp morning, mail brought a note from another victim, a guy in Texas whose army wife got pulled into a similar scam. The FBI linked it through Darren's network. "Your case broke it open," he wrote. "We got our house back because you didn't fold." Pinned it beside the Virginia letter on the fridge, talismans against isolation. Days blended hikes with Buddy, woodworking commissions, vets group meetings where I shared red flags without naming names. The silence sometimes pressed, but the letters reminded, impact lingered. Bates' final call came 6 months post-divorce, ring-wrapped with all conspirators sentenced. Darren pulling 10 years now after extra charges, Preston 12, their operation dismantled, affecting 15 families total. "Thought you'd appreciate the closure," she said. "I did, thanks for the fight." Hung up and stepped outside, sunset painting the hills, thinking how one email in the sand led here, not planned but necessary. No hate for Sarah, just indifference. Her choices, her consequences, mine rebuilt stronger. Life in Boise suited me. Early retirement after 22 years in the Corps felt earned. Volunteered more at the center, counseling younger vets on homefront pitfalls, watch your finances, trust but verify. Built a deck overlooking the creek, Buddy's favorite spot for naps. Neighbors sparse but friendly, occasional barbecues, no pressure. Sold a few custom tables online, side hustle growing slow. The cabin became sanctuary, unshared, unbreakable. Reflected on the path, the quiet preparations that buffered the blow, the cold focus that turned tables.
Without it, I'd be broke. Broken, instead, I stood whole. Sarah's last text before I blocked came through, "Sorry for everything." Deleted it. No response needed. The shock of my comeback spoke volumes. Forward now, one day at a time, crafting life on my terms. Life in Boise settled into a rhythm that suited me after the chaos back in San Diego. The cabin became my base, simple but functional, with the workshop turning out custom benches and shelves for locals who heard about my skills through word of mouth. Buddy the lab kept me company on morning runs along the creek, his tail wagging as we explored the acres. No fences, just open land. The pension arrived like clockwork, covering the mortgage and groceries, while the consulting gigs added extra for tools or trips to the hardware store. Eric called occasionally from base, updating on unit news and asking how retirement treated me. "Good," I said, quieter, "but that's the point." He chuckled, "Yeah, sounds boring, but you earned it, man. Stay sharp." Wesley touched base less often, mostly to confirm Sarah's payments were on track, which they were. Steady deductions from her new job, no issues reported. I volunteered twice a week at the Veterans Center in town, leading group sessions on transitioning to civilian life. Shared bits of my story without names, focusing on the red flags in relationships and finances that creep up during deployments. Guys nodded, some sharing their own close calls. One even pulled me aside after saying, "Your tale hit home. My wife's acting off lately. I'll check the accounts." Felt good giving back, turning pain into prevention. Evenings I'd sit on the porch with a coffee, watching the sun dip behind the hills, reflecting on how far I'd come from that email in the war zone. No more wondering if Sarah planned it all or got sucked in. It didn't matter. Her actions spoke the truth, and my response sealed the outcome. One fall afternoon, the mail brought another letter, this time from a family in North Carolina. The husband, a Marine like me, deployed when a scheme similar to Darren's hit their home. The FBI had referenced my case in their recovery process, and they got most of their equity back. "You stood firm when it counted," the wife wrote. "It gave us hope in a dark time. Thank you for that." Added it to the fridge collection, now 3 strong reminders that my fight rippled outward, helping strangers I'd never meet. Bates sent an email around then, the ring fully dismantled with all assets seized and distributed to victims, including a small check for me covering the last of the unrecovered funds. "Closure complete," she noted, proud to have worked it. Darren and Preston remained behind bars, their appeals denied, the system holding firm for once. No satisfaction in their downfall, just relief. The cycle stopped. Sarah's name popped up once in a mutual friends update. She'd stayed in Seattle, dating casually, working her way up in the firm, perhaps wiser, or maybe not. I didn't dwell, sent a silent wish for her to learn and moved on. The comeback wasn't about revenge, it was survival, turning betrayal into strength, exposing a web that preyed on trust. From this whole mess, I learned a hard lesson. Trust in marriage or any relationship can't be blind, especially when duty pulls you away for months at a time. It has to come with safeguards like separate accounts, regular check-ins, and listening to that gut feeling when things feel off. I prepared quietly before deployment, and that buffer saved me from starting at zero. Without it, I'd be broke and bitter. Instead, I reclaimed what was mine and helped dismantle a scheme hurting others. Commenting on it now, I see how easy it is to ignore signs, the late nights, the new passwords, the sudden spending. But ignoring costs more in the end. It taught me resilience too. That cold focus over emotional outbursts wins the long game. To everyone out there, especially service members and their families, take this as a warning. Run monthly reviews on joint finances, monitor home security if you have it, and trust your instincts if something shifts. Don't wait for the email or the empty account. Act early to protect what's yours. The value here is in prevention, knowing these schemes exist targeting the vulnerable when one partner's away. So arm yourself with knowledge and tools. It could save your home, your savings, your peace.
In a world where betrayal hits hard, stories like mine show comeback is possible through strategy and support.
Thanks for listening to my story. If it resonated or sparked a thought, drop a like, subscribe for more real tales of turning tables, and comment below with your experiences or questions. Let's keep the conversation going. Your input matters.